Listen, I just asked, be real, be raw, just be yourself.
Today, eliminated contestant Jasmine breaks down who's real and who's not in the Bachelor mansion. Vina Love from Growing Up Hip Hop New York discusses that crazy first season.
She's really crazy, and now look, how we gonna clean this up?
And Kristen Doute puts her Vanderpump Rules cast on blast.
You don't have to pretend. But I'm going to.
This is your reality check.
Get a witness.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. We're getting real today. I'm Daryn Carp, and with me now is People Magazine writer and reporter Jodi Guglielmi. How are you?
I'm good. I love your yellow.
It's a little bumblebee, but
You look like a ray of sunshine.
Thank you. I mean, only to talk about The Bachelor, and of course to break down our top 5. Let's do it. At number 5, we're unfortunately starting off with some very sad news. Taylor Swift's mother, Andrea, is facing another heartbreaking diagnosis. In a recent Variety interview ahead of her upcoming documentary, Miss Americana, Swift reveals that her mother has been diagnosed with a brain tumor while undergoing treatment for cancer. The pop star said, quote, "She was going through chemo, and that's a hard enough thing for someone to go through. It's just been a really hard time for us as a family," end quote. I mean, what to say? I mean, super proud that they're at least talking about it for other people, but what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, this is just so heartbreaking. I can't even pretend to know what she's going through. I mean, it's such a personal experience, and it does make sense. You know, I think a lot of people are wondering why she didn't do a bigger tour for her Lover album, and she said she wants to spend time with her family, and now that we know this is going on, it makes perfect sense.
And I hope the fans are supportive. I mean, it's Taylor Swift's mother, so obviously she's going to get good treatment, but you do hope the fans are supportive.
Of course,
at that time. At number 4, Harry Hamlin says he took a role playing a gay character 10 years too early. The actor appeared on the It Happened in Hollywood podcast on Saturday, in which he spoke about his career, saying it took a nosedive after he appeared in the 1982 film Making Love as an openly gay man who begins an affair with a married doctor. The Real Husband of Beverly Hills recalled that everyone in town had turned down the role because at that time the idea of a gay world was not accepted. But the script was exactly the kind of movie Hamlin said he was looking for. Before the film Making Love, he was one of the hottest actors in Hollywood, but after the film's release, Hamlin said he struggled to get good roles until 1986 when he starred in LA Law. What is your opinion about, maybe sexuality being like a trend in the movies? Like now it's cool to play a gay character.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, I think a story like this just shows how far we've come.
Yeah.
But the idea of it being a trend, I'm kind of like, it doesn't need to be a trend. It's just normal.
Right.
Like, I don't think it even needs to be such a big topic of conversation. Like, I like the way Schitt's Creek did it and how Dan Levy says, like, it was just woven into the storyline naturally. I think that's how it should be because it is natural and it happens every day.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, being heterosexual is just something that people are that we never talk about. So why can't it be that way?
Nobody comes out as straight.
Exactly. But maybe he did take it 10 years too early because I feel like now he would, could define a career. At number 3, Carson Daly and his wife Siri revealed their 4th child will be a girl during a cooking segment on Tuesdays Today. The baby will join the couple's son, Jackson James, and daughters, London Rose and Etta Jones. The Dalys have yet to settle on a name, but were given a few options from Carson's Today co-workers. Al Roker suggested Aloysius or Aloe, while Savannah went with Carsonita and Hoda offered Bingo. Craig Melvin came up with a crafty choice, mixing the first 2 letters of Carson and Siri's name to come up with Carrie. But Bush Hager seemed to have the best choice, Max. I always do the same joke. Daryn works for a girl, works for a guy.
Jodi does too.
Jodi does too. What do we think of Aloysius, which feels a little weird?
It is a little weird. I've actually never heard that name before.
Yeah.
I kind of like Carsonita.
Yeah, Carsonita, like, it's kind of cute. Like, even Carrie.
No, please don't name your child Carsonita.
Yeah, no, I mean.
But it's just, it makes me laugh. It makes me giggle. Carsonita.
It's a lot. At number 2, Christina Milian is a mom again, and this time it's a boy. The singer, actress, and her boyfriend, Matt Pecora, announced the birth of their son, Isaiah, on Instagram Monday. And so we begin, read the caption for a black and white photo of the little one clutching his mom's finger. Simply perfect. Christina added, "The world is yours, son. Love, mom and dad." Pecora shared a similar photo, writing a message in French that translates to, "Once upon a time, there was Isaiah, born January 20th, 2020. It's up to you to write the rest. Welcome, my son." You gotta love the big hand and the little finger picture.
I was gonna say, those are my favorite.
Never gets old.
I know, and every time you're just like, oh, what a little hand.
Yeah, like, oh. All right, and at number 1, it's another one for DJ Khaled and his wife, Nicole Tuck. The couple welcomed their second son on Monday, making firstborn Assad a big brother. News of the new baby arrival came through a series of photos shared on the DJ's social media of Khaled posing in the hospital delivery room with Nicole's doctor. I mean,
another one.
I feel like you gotta name the kid DJ.
I mean, probably. I also, though, love the idea that instead of like live tweeting the birth, he live Instagrammed the birth.
Of course.
Like that's the new thing to do.
I gotta be honest, live Instagram, not into it.
No, but soon this son will certainly have his own Instagram account, and I will click follow very quickly.
Oh, very quickly. Well, we have to go to break. Up next, Vina Love is joining me on the couch to talk about growing up hip-hop New York.
I'm a singer, songwriter, dancer, choreographer. I do it all. My dad is DJ Kid Capri. The Kid Capri. My mom kept me dancing since I was 2 years old. I went to a performing arts high school. I went to a performing arts college. I just come from a very loving and supporting family.
Welcome back. With me now is a multi-talented Vina Love. What a resume, girl. Whew.
Thank you.
It was like 10 minutes of just all of your success. I'm very, very impressed. So tell me a little bit about growing up with Kid Capri as your dad. What was that like?
I had a very normal childhood, actually. I went to public school. I went to, I had friends. I didn't really live like the celebrity kid, lifestyle kind of situation. But just him coming, he would go on tour, he'll come home, and, I'll see the tour bus and, see all my uncles, and my uncles are like Rakim and, these crazy names. And it's now that I'm older, I appreciate so much, what I did get to see as a kid. But it was pretty normal.
Are you happy that you grew up kind of as normal, not in the lights? Made
Very
you
happy.
bounce? Yeah.
Because now that I'm an adult, I'm able to say I lived a normal life. It's kind of hard, going from, just being in the light as a kid, and now you're trying to be an adult, and you're trying to, figure out who you are. It becomes a little difficult, so I'm definitely happy I was able to, be my own person from a child.
I like that. Respect for your dad. So growing up hip-hop New York was your first stint on a reality show. What's that experience like?
That was crazy.
Elaborate on that one for me.
That was absolutely crazy. At first, I was like, no reality TV. I don't want to do it. No. And once we got into it, and, of course, we definitely hit some bumps in the road, but I think it worked well for me in terms of my career and just getting my face out there and letting people know who I am and what I do. So it's not a terrible situation, as some may think.
I mean, it could be a little intimidating to join a TV show. Not that you're not in an intimidating field, but what made you want to join in the first place?
Just speaking, speaking with everybody from WeTV and having our meetings and, just wanting to make sure it was family-based and we were doing things for my career, not just on TV. It had to be some kind of purpose. So after having those conversations and, just really filling each other out, it pretty much fell into place.
Long-term goals.
Yeah.
And do you think you're going to come back for season 2?
We'll see.
Uh-huh. All right. I see a sparkle in her eye. Well, over this first season of Growing Up Hip Hop New York, your Aunt Medina seemed to be the center of a lot of drama that accumulated in her rapping at the Murder, Inc. reunion kickoff event. Let's watch that.
I don't even know this bitch. She tried me at your pool party. That's the same bitch. I didn't hear nothing. Just made us like, hide this bitch, yo.
I told y'all asses my aunt is crazy as hell. I told y'all leave her alone because she's really crazy. And now look, how we gonna clean this up?
I don't want to mess with your aunt. This season kind of ended on a cliffhanger. What happened and how did you sort out all of this mess?
So, my aunt did a rap, like
Yep.
she did like her freestyle situation, and she was basically, you know, just
badass.
speaking about, you know, just being her.
Runs in the blood. Yeah.
Just being her. But she went and she like put in the rap, like her situation with Charlie Baltimore and whoever else, and they heard it. And when they heard it, I don't think they really heard exactly what she said, but they heard their names. So that kind of like freaked everybody out, and then everything just went haywire after that. And it ended that way. Like there was no resolution. Like
Really?
it was crazy, and it was just that. And everybody went home.
Are things okay now?
Yeah, everybody's great. Everybody's fine.
Okay. Well, let's talk about your music. What's new and what are you working on?
Well, I'm finally finished with my album after,
Congratulations.
thank you, finally after about, you know, a whole year of like consistently working at it, but I have songs there. Thank you.
You did everything for this video. You directed it, you choreographed it, you styled it. You're like one-woman show here.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I have an amazing team behind me, a magnificent team behind me, and they're all my family members too, which makes it even more dope. We have so much fun. And just in the process of making the album, like everybody's input and just, we went through a lot of life-changing things together. So for it to finally be finished and hear it and, you know, just be happy about it is great. And I have a couple songs that didn't make the album that I'm about to release within the next couple of weeks. So
Wow.
I'm excited for that.
So
too.
what's next for you? More albums?
Yes.
More reality TV?
More music. You tried to get me there.
Yours is too smart.
We're gonna see about the
Yeah.
reality thing, but definitely want to get into movies, commercials. As far as we could take it in any field we can get in, we're definitely going for it.
Well, best of luck to you. Thank you so much for
you.
being here today.
Of
You're
course.
incredible. We can't wait to see more of you on our TV screens. Wishing you the best this year, of course.
Thank you so much.
You can rewatch season 1 of Growing Up Hip Hop New York on WeTV.com, Amazon Prime Video, or on demand. Up next, I'm going to be chatting all about last night's Bachelor with eliminated contestant Jasmine. Stay tuned.
Bye, guys. It's okay.
Jasmine, I'm sorry.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. With me now is the lovely Jasmine Nguyen, whose time on The Bachelor was unfortunately cut short last night. How are you, Jasmine?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. So how was your experience on the show and living in the Bachelor mansion? Did it manage all of your expectations?
So, fun fact, I had no expectations going into this. I have never watched the show really before this, and no one signed me up. I didn't sign up for the show. I was actually reached out to on Instagram. So the process was kind of different for me. And I didn't really know much going into it. I didn't have a background really of Peter or really what to expect. So my expectations, I guess, were met because I didn't have any, but it was a great experience.
That's probably the smartest way to go into the Bachelor mansion. Now, what was your first impression of Peter? Was the first time ever seeing or hearing of him just coming out of the limo?
No, so I went back and watched some of Hannah Brown's season just to figure out which of the guys I really liked, to figure out if I even really wanted to do the show. But first impressions of Peter, I will say, believe it or not, he's more handsome in person. He's a lot taller than I thought as well, and he's just really kind.
Now, did you really see yourself getting married to him? I think for the viewers, sometimes the timeline seems a little off kilter or, kind of crazy. So did you get that feeling sort of right off the bat of being like, oh, I want to date him. I could marry this man?
I definitely saw the potential with Peter. I don't know if I ever got to the point of I'm so ready to marry this man. And I think that is kind of what got me sent home. But I saw the potential.
Which girls did you click with right off the bat night one who are still your friends? Like, who are you vibing with?
So Sarah Coffin is my girl. I slept right above her. She was my best friend on the show. Also Peyton.
Oh,
Maddie. Yeah.
Anyone you didn't vibe with at all?
I was kind of Switzerland on the show, if you couldn't tell. I really didn't say much. I really did get along with everyone. I kind of kept my opinions to myself.
Oh, that's probably smart. Well, last night's episode started off with some drama as Kelsey confronted Hannah Ann about these horrible bullying rumors. Let's watch that.
The word bully, that's a very serious accusation to make, and I'm not okay with that, and I will not tolerate it. After the fiasco of the champagne stealing incident, you were calling me a bitch. You were saying that I was fake. You were saying something about a princess comment.
But that is not bullying.
Well,
it's not.
All right, Jasmine, I want your opinion here. Don't keep it to yourself. What was your take on this whole Champagne Gate situation? Do you think Kelsey was justified calling Hannah Ann a bitch and everything else that she called her?
I think in the moment, there was a lot that happened with Kelsey. She was very overwhelmed with it, and she was very excited for this moment. And we're in a situation where time with Peter is everything, and she really wanted to use that time to do something really special, and to have that taken away from her, I do see her side.
Now, just before I move on, do you think Hannah Ann knew it was Kelsey's champagne, or do you think it was honestly just an innocent mistake?
I don't know. I don't know. I think she knew that Kelsey wanted to do the champagne thing, because Kelsey really wanted to do the champagne night 1, and that was not able to happen. So do I think that Hannah Ann knew that it was actually her champagne? No, but I think the act of popping the champagne bottle, she did know, because I feel like everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like that was clear on night 1, that she wanted to do that kind of stunt.
I think it's the principle behind popping the champagne and commencing something new more than just the bottle of champagne, because like Kelsey said, she does not like champagne.
Right. Well, the drama didn't stop there, Jasmine. Things got even spicier when Sydney accused Alaya of being fake. Let's take a look at that.
When I'm in the house with some girls, it's 2 different things. And like when the cameras show up and the lights are on and there's that time for some camera time, like it's a whole different person.
That's such a fear of mine, that I could fall for someone and they're fake.
Jasmine, what is your take on this? Because from a fan standpoint, there's something, you want to be honest to the person you're falling in love with, the person that you're dating. But on the other side of that coin, it's also, well, the moment you kind of bring something up to Peter is the moment he's going to get involved, and maybe it's a situation where you can work out just the 2 of you. So do you think it was right for Sydney to go to Peter about this?
I think Sydney should have had a conversation with Alaya about the way she was feeling before voicing that to Peter, because once you do that, you can't take that back. That is already engraved in his head, and that's all he can really think about when he looks at Alaya now.
I'm going to ask you straight up, was Alaya being fake?
So, was Alaya being fake? So what Sydney said, and how she said she was on for the cameras, I have not experienced that. I have not seen that from Alaya, so I don't think that's true.
Okay, interesting, because I think there's a lot of that whole, pageant, showy, as soon as the cameras come on, she raises her voice 3 octaves. And so as a fan, it's kind of hard to even interpret if people are just threatened by her or if she's being fake. You know what I mean?
I absolutely understand, but I have seen nothing but kindness from Alaya, and so I can't really relate to what Sydney's saying.
Well, it's only 3 episodes in, and I gotta say, there's a lot going on. Could you feel the tension in the house up to this point? Does it feel as tense as it is as the viewer sees it?
Absolutely. It feels tense. It is tense. There's just a lot of tension in the room. Well, and you put girls in a house, and that's just gonna happen.
Yeah, right. Especially fueled with a little alcohol is not going to help, I'm sure. Well, eventually Peter confronted Alaya after finding out that she had asked Victoria P. not to tell producers they knew each other from before. So let's watch that.
Did you tell Victoria to tell the producers you guys didn't know each other before you came on the show?
Before getting here, my biggest fear was that I would get disqualified and she would get disqualified because we knew the other person was coming. And I didn't want that for her. I didn't want that for me.
So do we believe her, or is there something else going on? Because I actually didn't even think this was that big of a deal to say you didn't know each other. But what's your take?
I know nothing about the background of the show, but I did hear about the whole Hannah Brown and Kaylin thing,
right? And
how they went in knowing each other. And so looking back, I don't see why that would be an issue, because it was very evident from that season with Colton that they knew each other night 1. So I don't know why Alaya would say she doesn't know Victoria.
And if you were in Victoria P's position, would you have lied for your friend?
No, I don't think I would have.
No, you're true to your word, Jasmine. Ultimately, Peter made the decision to not give Alea a rose. Do you think he made the right decision by doing that?
I think he made the right decision in that time. I think he should have had more of a conversation with her about where they stood, because I feel like there was a lot of unanswered questions. And the fact that she comes back next week, I don't know what happens. So hopefully those questions are answered.
Yeah, I'm very much so looking forward to Monday. You know, the preview for next week's episode, though, with Victoria F's date has caused quite a stir, especially at People. Let's rewatch that.
I have a surprise for Victoria. We have our own private Chase Rice concert.
Oh my God. Chase and I dated.
What?
I can't do this.
Ooh, this is the first time I'm seeing this. You know, having lived with Victoria F for a little bit, was this as surprising for you as it was for the rest of us?
The tea is hot.
Yeah.
It was, because at this point, I was already at home. So I didn't know anything that was going on in the house. I just saw everything that was coming out. And so it was interesting.
Do you think Peter's the type of guy, though, who would give her a fair chance and maybe not be jealous or insecure about this, knowing what you know about Peter?
I mean, I hope he would give her a fair chance. It's Chase Rice. He just sang us a couple songs and he danced. There's nothing more to it.
Well, Jasmine, what is next for you? Are you thinking, if they ask you to be on Bachelor in Paradise, are you going to go?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. You have to say yes. Come on. It's Bachelor in Paradise.
It is. You can sip some Mai Tais on the beach, but...
If you were to go on Paradise, though, what guy would you be looking forward to seeing? Or girl, whatever have you. I think Demi shows that off. But who would you be looking forward to seeing?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch the show, so I have no one really on my radar. Do you have any suggestions?
Oh, I've got a ton. I mean, I'm a big Mike fan. I like Mike a lot. I mean, I think everyone loves Tyler. But listen, if you're willing to go both ways, Demi clearly is the girl for you. We'll talk. We'll talk, Jasmine. All right, we have to go to break, but don't go anywhere. Jasmine is sticking around to play a reality check classic. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. Still with me is Jasmine Nguyen from The Bachelor. Are you ready to spill some hot tea, Jasmine?
I'm ready.
All right, let's play one of my favorites on Reality Check, Cast on Blast. All right, so here's how it's going to work. I'm going to name some of your castmates, and I want you to tell me something sweet and something salty about them. Do not hold back on that salt, though, all right?
Okay, I'll try my best.
All right, first up, we have Hannah Ann.
Okay, Hannah Ann. Something sweet. Her eye. Oh, am I supposed to start? Sorry.
Yeah.
Her eyes are the most gorgeous thing. Salty. She's really good at laughing at her own jokes, which I don't know. But she's the kind of girl that would just laugh at her own jokes after saying it, and it's hilarious.
But like, is she funny as a person? Like, is she not that funny? So she's just laughing. Is she the only one laughing at her jokes?
But then it makes you laugh.
Right. It's so infectious.
Yeah.
All right. What about Kelly?
Kelly, sweet thing. She's so logical. Most logical person I know. And then salty thing about her is she's allergic to everything. So it's really hard to cook with her.
Oh, that's a tough person to take on a date. Yeah. You know, that's rough. Yeah. All right. What about Madison?
Madison. Sweet thing about her is I loved doing Bible study with her when we were in the house. Salty thing about her is she never shared anything about her relationship with Peter with us. She was very much, I'm going to keep that to myself. I don't want to share anything. And so we never really knew.
Is that suspicious, or do you just think she didn't want to cause a lot of drama?
I think she didn't want to cause drama. She was very private about it.
Got it. What about the champagne lover herself, Kelsey?
Kelsey, sweet thing, best sense of style in the entire world, and she's amazing at doing makeup. salty thing is she, I think she prefers white over red.
In terms of wine, this person's perfect. Wow, I want to be your friend, Jasmine. You're never going to say anything bad about me. What about McKenna?
McKenna, sweet thing. She's Canadian. That's really cool. And then salty thing. She's Canadian.
That was the best one we've had. That was the best one we had. All right, what about the heartbreaker, Victoria F?
Victoria F. Sweet thing, that girl let me borrow anything and everything. When it comes to jewelry, clothes, she was so kind with letting me borrow things. Salty thing, using her eye rolls. She didn't really watch her face much, but none of us really.
Would we say that she had a lot of expression on her face, or she couldn't hide her emotions? Is that what you're saying?
Let's do that.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with what I'm saying. Okay, what about Victoria P?
Victoria Paul. Kindest girl in the entire world. She has a way of making you feel like she's been your best friend for forever.
Yeah.
So she was a little bit of home for me on the show. Salty thing is the Leia thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. That's a very good point. All right, what about Sydney?
Sydney. Sweet thing about Sydney, she had the best dresses. She looked fantastic all the time. Salty thing about Sydney is her perception on Alea.
Yeah.
Alea is my girl, and she's been nothing but kind to me, so I really hate the fact that she just went to Peter with this information and not spoke directly to her first.
Well, let's end on Alea. So give me something salty and give me something sweet.
Something sweet about Alea. Really good at doing makeup. I love the way she did makeup. She did like a makeup tutorial for us, actually, to kind of teach us, because I know nothing about makeup. And then something salty about Alea is... I don't have anything.
Wow.
I truly don't. When I say Alea has been nothing but kind to me, she has. And I don't, there's nothing about her personality. There's nothing about even the way she speaks that I find bad. I really,
considering the drama she's in, I mean, that says a lot to me.
Yeah, and she wasn't even one of my closest friends in the house. Keep that in mind.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. You're changing my whole perspective of last night's episode. I have to also ask, who are you rooting for? Like, who could you really see going all the way with Peter? Who do you want him to end up with at this point right now?
Do you want me to give you who I want him to end up with, or who I think his final 3 are?
Ooh, both. Tell me who you think final 3, and then tell me who he's going for, who you want him to be with.
I want him to be with Hannah Ann. Their chemistry is unmatched, and I think watching the show back, you understand why you go home, because you see all the other relationships and all the other conversations, and you get that. So I want him to end up with Hannah Ann.
Okay.
Who I think his top 3 are is Hannah Ann, Madison, and I'm going to stir the pot and I'm going to say it, but Hannah Brown.
You think Hannah Brown is top 3 right now? Are you kidding me?
No.
Why do you think that? Just based on everything that you saw, or is there something else going on that the viewers didn't get to see?
Based on everything I saw, I think it's Hannah Brown. He has not been emotional over anything besides Hannah Brown. From night 1 to canceling the date, it's just, there's something that's not done with them. And I think he's still holding on to something.
Stirring the pot and sharing the steamy tea. Jasmine, thank you so much for chatting with me today. You're absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Catch The Bachelor every Monday night at 8, 7 Central on ABC. Up next, I'm going to show you what Vanderpump Rules' Kristen Doute has to say about her castmates when she stopped by last week. Stay tuned. Not worried about you. Hey, I'm here with one of the OGs of Vanderpump Rules, Kristen Doute, looking great and green. On Reality Check, we have a little tradition for our first timers, okay? It's time for Cast on Blast. I have a feeling you're going to have no problem with this game, but here's how it works. I'm going to name some of your Vanderpump castmates, and I want you to tell me something we don't know about them, something we've never seen. Do not hold back. I want the gross, I want the ugly, I want everything. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
All right, first up, you dated him on the premiere season, and your relationship has really, honestly, come full circle. It's Tom Sandoval, who you're friends with, and there's your ex, right? But you guys are still close.
Yeah, we're friends now. I think we're better friends now than we ever have been.
He's a good guy.
He's a really good guy.
I will say he's a very good guy. Yes. So tell me something we don't know about Sandoval. Outside as he shaves his forehead, which we saw first season, which I couldn't believe.
He loves Tony Robbins and like all things like self-helpy that build your like ego. He used to have like Tony Robbins DVDs.
And you would watch them?
Yeah, and then there's, God, I wish I could remember the name of the book.
Sandoval.
But it was like a book about like how to approach women, because he would always tell me like you never approach a woman like facing forward. You always stand like this because you seem less aggressive.
Oh my, what?
Yeah.
I know he does his homework with everything. He really does. I mean, wow. What about his other half, Tom Schwartz?
Tom Schwartz, something we don't know. I feel like Schwartz is pretty transparent. Schwartz really likes to torture me with his feet. But maybe
wait, like put feet in your
I hate feet. I hate them. I think they're disgusting. I don't want to be touched by them.
Oh.
And when we used to live together, he used to make me cry. We would get drunk and we would like playing poker or something, and he would take his nasty socks off and put his feet in my face to a point that I would like scream and cry and like lock myself in my bedroom.
Schwartzy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him be like absolutely nasty to someone?
Like mean?
Yeah. Like cut deep mean.
Yeah, like his bachelor party when he was dressed in drag and called me like a bitch whore or something like that.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Although when Schwartz says it, I'm like,
but he goes off, and then like 5 minutes later, he feels really bad.
Yeah.
Because he's so nice all the time that it's like twice a year, he's just gonna erupt.
Right.
And then like backpedal and just say he's sorry.
You give it to him. You're like, all right, Schwartz, you can erupt twice. What about Sandoval's other half, Ariana?
Something you don't know about Ariana. She's a lot more, like, Ariana and I are a lot more similar than people actually think.
How so?
Like, we both love crystals and Palo Santo and spiritual type, you know, self-helpy things like that.
Yeah,
and
witchy things.
Witchy things. She actually bought me, like, for Christmas last year, like a spell kit, and it was, like, in this jar with all these, like, crystals and different herbs and things like that. And I was like, oh, girlfriend, you're coming around even more. Like,
yeah, no, she's kind of a quiet. She's in the wings a lot.
She's very deep. She's very sensitive. She's really great at giving advice.
Did you see her clap back to Jax when he said on Watch What Happens Live that she's a lesbian?
Yeah,
she was
like, no, I'm bisexual. Don't get it twisted.
I was very proud of her for saying that.
Absolutely.
Because I felt like Jax was kind of calling her out for something that's like totally normal.
Yeah.
And perfectly fine.
I'm hetero-flexible these days.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Don't. How about another one of your exes? You have so many. James Kennedy. What do we not know about this stud?
So many things. What am I?
It could be bad. I mean, I feel like you're not going to say anything good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, feel free to tell us as many as you got, Kristen.
I'm not going to get real dirty here. I'll save that for Vanderpump Rules. Something you don't know about James. Well, we all know the biting thing.
Yes.
Which is true. Oh, God, I don't know. I don't know, Daryn.
Has he ever hooked up with a guy?
What? Oh, for sure.
James has.
100%. Logan.
He's hooked up with Logan.
1,000,000%.
Confirmed.
He'll deny it forever. Yes.
Like you've seen it with your own eyes, or you just know this?
I know this because Logan has told me multiple times. And I'm sure there have been others. I've heard other things.
Huh.
Remember the guy that he used to live with in the makeshift living room thing? Like, he confirmed
Wasn't
to
he
me.
older? It was an older...
Yes, and he confirmed it to me. But then when we were filming at Gay Pride, he refused to be on camera and talk about it. We thought we had him. We were like, come on, just say it when there's a camera in front of you, and he wouldn't do it. So now it's my word against
now
James.
we are, well, I'm trusting you here.
But what's wrong with being hetero-flexible, James Kennedy?
There's no problem hooking up with dudes. Gotta love everybody. I gotta ask about this next guy. You've been intimate with him before. Jax Taylor.
I was? What are you talking about?
I'm not going to punch you in the face or slap you or anything like that, but we know it to be true. Tell me something we don't know about Jax.
I mean, Jax is probably the most transparent of all of us. I mean, you see Jax like poop with the door open. Like, there's nothing Jax won't say or do. Yeah. Something you don't know about Jax. God, I mean, I feel like it's probably going to be a good thing. I think we all know all of Jax's like terrible things.
Yeah. You think he'd make a good father?
I think Jack's gonna make an excellent father. Yeah.
He's paternal.
Other than being really PMS-y, he's like a really, really good guy. Like if I got arrested or I really needed someone, I would call Jax first. Wow. Even if we were in a fight.
Like, your relationship has really turned with him.
Yeah, he's like that hometown Michigan boy at heart, and he loves his family, and he loves Brittany's family, and he loves making Brittany happy. And I just think he's like much more of a softie than people realize.
Do you think they're in it for the long haul?
Yes, absolutely.
I love that. How about my girl, Brittany? There's nothing bad to say about Brittany.
There's nothing bad to say about Brittany at all.
Pie.
She really is.
Yeah, what do we not know about Brittany?
What do you not know about Brittany?
How are her feet?
Jax loves sucking her toes. The thing is, okay, I like Brittany's feet, and I just hate feet so much.
So that says a lot to me. Yeah. So she's got good looking feet.
Brittany just has perfect everything. You know what I mean? There's really nothing bad.
She's so nice. She smokes pot. It's like she
does.
The best.
They're the cutest little pot smoking couple ever. I think that's what really calmed Jax down too. You know?
Really?
I mean? Yeah.
Did he get into it because of her?
Yeah, I think so. Because like and Brittany, Brittany has like a Blunts by Brittany patio on the second floor of her house.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to shop there. Yeah. Oh my God. All right, tell me about the PJ princess herself, Lala Kent.
Ooh.
She's pretty transparent.
Yeah,
too.
Lala's very, very open about like everything.
Would you say that
good,
on the
bad,
show,
ugly?
Would you say on the show is what you see is what you get? Like,
Absolutely.
You think she's accurately portrayed?
Yeah, definitely. She's very spicy, and she and I had like a little bit of a blowout toward the end of the summer too. Very, very small, and I just think we're both really like right away. But I do agree with her that like her sobriety has really helped kind of just calm her nerves. And
good for her.
Yeah. So
she recognized a weakness in herself.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to bank money on a relationship, Jax and Brittany or Randall and Lala, who are you betting in for the long haul? Who's lasting longer?
I think both. I think they're both.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm really excited for people to meet Randall on the show this year because I do always feel for Lala when people are constantly judging the two of them just based on what you see. Like, oh, here's this guy's this older producer, rich guy, and then this hot young thing. And oh, that's obviously why they're together. But when you see them together and how they balance each other's emotions out.
You get it. Like,
absolutely.
You see why they should be together.
Randall's a fucking fireball. Like, he has a lot to handle, but he's so amazing and so generous and so kind.
Well, Lala's a firecracker, so if you're going to have to fit in somewhere. What about boy crazy Sheena?
Oh, my little Sheena bean. You know, just like let her live. You just gotta let Sheena live. You know what I mean?
Just let her go?
Yeah, just like let Sheena be Sheena. Let her be extra. Let her dress like a 19-year-old.
Okay.
You know, let her buy people Apple Watches and penguins if she wants to.
Do you think she's a little too boy crazy?
Yes, but now she's settled down. Did you meet her boyfriend at BravoCon?
I have not met her boyfriend. Do we like him?
I love her boyfriend. I don't know him very well. He
kind
of reminds me of like Jason Momoa. He's like this massive Australian man.
Better than Adam.
Yeah, well, he's a man, not a boy. But he also is very attentive. Like, he'll carry her purse and like her bags for her. But he's not like a little like bitch pushover. You know?
Well, that's she absolutely needs that. Yeah. You know, we couldn't do Cast on Blast without your fellow witches of WeHo. So let's start off with the queen bee herself, Stassi.
Okay, something you don't know about Stassi. Another person who's pretty transparent.
We know she loves ranch.
Yeah.
We know this.
Yes.
Is she gross? Like, is she like disgusting?
Something you don't know about Stassi. I don't know if well, whatever. We got Kybella together. One time.
What is that?
It's like where Brittany had it done too, but Brittany was very public about it, where they like inject your chin with like this acid stuff to like make the fat dissolve.
Did it work?
No, it just turned into like a bullfrog chin for way longer than we thought, and we were like cooped up in our house with our heads like wrapped up together. And she at the time, she didn't even want to see Beau. Like, Beau came over the first day, and she was like, I just need you to leave because I can't have you see me like this.
Did it hurt?
Yeah. Hurt like hell.
Just the two of you together?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, what about the third, Katie, to round out this witch's brew? What about Katie?
Something you don't know about Katie. Katie, something you don't know about Katie, I don't think, maybe they've talked about on the show, but Katie's like, in a sense, sort of like a medium. I know she's done like tarot card readings before for people, including myself, but when we were in Park City back in, oh my God, 2011, I think, Katie, Stassi, and I, we went to Katie's childhood home. We went to a graveyard and I was taking photos of them because they're psychotic.
Yeah, well.
And we started getting all of these orbs on just Katie's phone on her camera. And so we went back to her house and her mom was like, oh, Katie's been seeing ghosts since she was little. Like full on confirmed.
She never talks about that.
Told me, yeah, she's like talked about how she can feel, and like, she likes
intuitive.
to go. Yeah, intuitive, but like it's pretty crazy.
Has she read you before?
Yeah.
Was it accurate?
Yeah, absolutely. Which it's, it's very easy to say like, well, she's my best friend, so of course, but it was like spot on.
Right, but higher standards because you know that she knows all the stuff about you. Mm-hmm. All right, Kristen, we saved the queen, the matriarch for last. Someone you've had a contentious relationship with, Lisa Vanderpump herself. What do we not know about Lisa Vanderpump?
I don't know if people know what a wonderful singer she is. I don't know if people, yeah, I'm dead serious. Way back in the day before Vanderpump Rules, when I worked at SUR, maybe like 2007, 2008, she and Pandora and Pandora's husband Jason and Ken, they would have like different friends come into the restaurant and like play guitar. I've been over at Lisa's house where they've like, she and Pandora have like played piano together and sang, and like they're a really musical family.
Why haven't we seen it on the show?
I don't know. I think Lisa's too hard all the time. She's just starting to soften up a little bit.
Oh, so
I would love to get like Lisa drunk and like do karaoke.
Like what would she sing at karaoke? Like does she have a go-to song? Like
oh, I don't know. I'm trying to remember what she used to sing back then.
Like is she doing show tunes or is she doing like Bruce Springsteen?
I feel like she was doing a lot of like David Foster type music. You know what I mean?
Oh, so classy.
Yeah.
She's a classy bitch.
She's a classy bitch. Maybe like some like Whitney Houston or something.
How are you and Lisa now?
I mean, I think Lisa always is going to be a little like standoffish toward me, but this is, I think, the closest we've been, the kindest she's ever been to me. I feel like she went through a lot last year.
Yeah.
And I think that softened her up a lot. And I think she saw me going through a lot this summer. And so she decided to kind of like lay off.
Good. All right.
We had one moment where it was actually when we filmed the finale, and I needed to have a conversation with Katie and Stassi, and I just walked in, and I hadn't even had a drink yet, and I went in with like a really clear head, and then I got nervous, and she handed me her glass of wine that she was drinking out of.
Oh, that's huge.
I almost shit my pants. Yeah.
Well,
I wanted to take it with me. I'm like, can I just take the actual glass home and like
frame
put it on my mantle?
Does Lisa understand why you three are fighting, or why the girls are fighting with you? Does she get it?
I don't know. I mean, she's asked me a lot about it, and she really is just like, wow, I really think you guys have been friends for too long to not make amends.
I mean, this is over a decade of friendship.
Yeah, it's stupid. It is just stupid.
It's always going to be like, oh, they left the seat up, and it's like an explosive thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be something crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you guys all the best. Kristen, thank you so much for being with me. Watch Vanderpump Rules Tuesday nights at 9, 8 Central on Bravo. I'm Daryn Carp, and that was your reality check. What a great show today. We're starting our week off strong. Big thanks to Vina Love and Jasmine for being such wonderful guests. Reality Check streams Monday through Thursday on Twitter at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're following @People so you don't miss a thing. Since it's Bachelor Recap Tuesday, it was only appropriate to play this memorable moment from Batch Nation history. I'm Daryn Carp, and that was your Reality Check.
Over the last few weeks, I haven't been able to stop thinking about Molly.
Are you going to end this tonight?
I have to.
In this 2009 After the Final Rose episode of The Bachelor, Jason Mesnick has a shocking change of heart.
You put a ring on Melissa's finger, but you don't want to fight to see if it can work.
You're such a bastard.
Don't call me. Don't text me anymore.
After proposing to Melissa in the final episode, turns out he's really with Molly.
Melissa was out here earlier, and I ended things with her because I haven't been able to stop thinking about you.
This is something I dreamt of, but never expected to hear.
Mesnick's stunning reversal is one of the great moments in reality history. And if you're curious what happened to Jason and Molly, The couple married in 2010.
You know, I came here for one reason. I came here to find somebody to spend the rest of my life with, without a doubt. You are that, right, Kristen?